What's up, YouTube? It's Team Money. Welcome to week 5. Yes, week 5 of the NFL predictions. Jake and Elijah joined me once again. And this is the first week of bye weeks. So I'm gonna go. Let's go to the sheet really quick, so that way we can show the teams that are on bye. It is the Browns, Chargers, Seahawks, and Buccaneers. I mean, we could also count the Commanders because they play the Bears. So let's actually just all collectively select the Commanders to get our predictions started. Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna put some thinking into it, but I guess I won't.
I mean, it is the Bears. So, do you want to put some thinking into it?
Kinda, but whatever.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead. I want to hear this. I want to hear it.
No, the Bears just suck. So, give me the Commanders, I guess. Bears
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, it's like, the Bears are just an absolute dumpster fire. They're a crap show. They are. It's. I've even heard rumors too, like not trying to say anything, but I will say something here that the rumor is if they come out of this 0-5, Poles and I think Eberflus lose their job. Basically,
so they're definitely coaches and organization members on the hot seat this week. Alrighty, now that we're on to the real games here, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills. Elijah, what do you got for us?
Well, the Jags coming off of an impressive win over the Falcons, stopping Bijan Robinson for the most part. Now, the Bills, they're just a really good team. I mean, they lost in week 1, but they've been on the right track since then. This game is in London, so the Jags will have more fans than the Bills, obviously. But the Bills are 5.5 favorite, and I think they cover that and win this game.
Jake, what do you think?
Honestly, I agree there. Give me the Bills in this one just because, well, the Bills kind of showed us last week that they are still for real and they are still one of the top teams in the AFC by just absolutely drumming the Dolphins, who a week after drumming the Broncos kind of got humbled a little bit there. So basically, until otherwise, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and those guys are still just as legit as ever. So give me the Bills in this one.
Alrighty, and I've done it once again. We're 2 games in, and I forgot the standings update. So, not much has changed, other than we all went 11-5. Much better week for us, gentlemen. Much better week. But we have to. But one of us is gonna crack the 3 lot. Is only gonna pick a point. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. We're gonna pick more games where we win more than lose eventually.
I think this is good to note. I have 26 losses in the college football, and that has me in last place by 8 games. And I have 23 losses in NFL, and it has me in second place by 1 game. So that says anything.
Yeah, the NFL is very difficult to predict because, again, I'll kind of come back to this. Who would have predicted the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At least in college football, it seems like a pretty constant formula. But in the NFL, it's literally a crapshoot on any given Sunday.
Alrighty. Our next game is going to be the Titans at the Colts, a AFC South rivalry renewed.
Have you lead off this one?
All right. Okay. Well, honestly, this one is a little more intriguing than originally thought because it sounds like Jonathan Taylor is officially back and like warming up and like practicing and stuff. Granted, that doesn't mean he'll play or anything, or there still might be a lot of animosity there with Irsay. I don't think I have to go much further than that. You can pretty much look that up if you want to, kids. let's just say he basically took over the mantle for worst owner in the NFL by a landslide after Dan Snyder officially relieved his duties with the Commanders. But anyway, kind of coming back to this, the Titans absolutely destroyed the Bengals last week in a get-right game. So, which Titans team is going to show up? Are we going to get the one with Joe, that went up there and absolutely mollywomped Joe Burrow? Or are we going to get the one that is a shy, timid team that can't seem to do diddly squat? I mean, you still have guys like Derrick Henry. DeAndre Hopkins is still a dude. And Traylon Burks is starting to kind of come along here. But Anthony Richardson and the Colts have showed up in a way that I was not expecting in that first month of the season. So for that, what is the line on this? Do you guys have the line?
Tennessee is 2-point favorites.
Thank you.
Ooh, this is intriguing to me. You know what? Kind of scrolling down, looking at some of the other games here. Do I want to, or do I want to? You know what? Screw it. Give me the Colts in the upset.
All
There's
right.
something telling me about this. Like, I don't know why, because the Titans always struggle against. It seems like the Titans and Colts have played each other pretty tough. The Colts are actually showing up and showing us to be an actual legitimate team despite all the issues and stuff going into the season. Yeah, there's just something telling me give me the Colts in the upset.
Yeah, the Titans so far this season, they've been good for a game and been bad for a game. So I'm gonna pick the Colts.
This game is a massive coin flip for me, because looking at both games, the Titans completely shut down the Bengals, and actually, they lost to Cleveland and then beat Cincinnati by the same exact score. So, you tell me. Looking at the Colts, they're coming off back-to-back overtime games, with the first one being a win over the Ravens and the second one being a loss to the Rams. Anthony Richardson is playing this week, right?
I believe so, yes.
Give me the Colts in this game. Because I like Anthony Richardson. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. Give us just a moment, guys, and we will be right. All righty, our third colleague has rejoined us after a brief pause for the cause as we take a swing. Let me make sure it's the right game. Yes, it is. We take a swing up to New England as the New Orleans Saints look to get back into the win column against a struggling New England Patriots team. I will go ahead and start this with me being the Saints fan. The Saints, I'm going to be flat out honest. We looked horrible against the Buccaneers. Derek Carr, he said he was good to go, but unfortunately, feeling good to go and looking like he was good to go are two complete different conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Played like, let me look at his stats in the loss against Tampa for you guys. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to for this one. Box score. Derek Carr went 23 for 37 for only 127 yards, and the Saints failed to record a touchdown for the first time in a game all season. Because we did score one against the Titans, scored one against So the first time we haven't scored a touchdown in a single game all game, the first time this season. And I hate to say this might be a trend unless Pete Carmichael gets his head out of his ass. And then looking at the Patriots, Dallas, were you imposters 2 weeks ago, or is that just a bye week? Because
They went into it too confident.
Yeah, that's probably my guess. Is they smelt their own. They basically smelt all high and mighty and stuff like that, and then they went in and got absolutely humbled.
and then
then
they did the
get out
same
on the
thing
big
against the Patriots.
Yep, exactly.
This is actually, and I think, and I'm gonna quote me on this because I think this is true. I think this is the worst. This is the one stadium the Saints have not won in. No, this is the one stadium the Saints have lost in the most. That's excluding US Bank Stadium, I believe, because I don't think the Saints have won in US Bank yet. Keyword yet.
I don't think they've played there more than once. I want to say.
Yeah, it was just the title game a few years ago, I think, because the other playoff series was in NOLA.
And then the one game that we played, you guys, was in London. So,
yeah.
So then, okay, more. Okay, in 5 games minimum, Gillette Stadium, the Saints have the worst winning percentage. If I remember correctly. And with how bad New England is, this is a 1-point game for. Is a 1-point favorite for the Patriots.
All right.
I'm still high on my Saints. Do give me my Saints on the road. This is an absolute get right game for the Saints, and they need to do it this weekend. So yeah, give me the Saints in New England.
You know what, Trevor? I think I'm going to jump in here, and I will agree with you because the Patriots have shown me nothing. And plus, it sounds like they're without Christian Gonzalez for the year. They did go back out and get J.C. Jackson, who was released from the Chargers. But I don't know if he's going to necessarily be ready to go. Matthew Judon's going to be out. So that's 2 key pieces of their defense gone right there. And the Patriots just look absolutely flat. Like, Mac Jones, he's basically a bust at this point. Granted, he hasn't really had the greatest help. I mean, when your number one receiver is an old Devontae Parker or Juju Smith-Schuster who hasn't been the same guy in about 3 years, I could kind of see there. But for me, if the Saints don't go in there and just give it to the Patriots, I'd be surprised, just because the Saints still have more weapons and more firepower than the Patriots at this point, which is crazy to say considering how the last about 15 to 20 years have gone. So give me the Saints in this
one. I'm going to disagree with you guys, and I'll tell you why. The Patriots held their own against the Dolphins. And they held their own against the Eagles, both just 1-score games. Last week, Mac Jones going into an environment he knew was going to be tough, and I think Bill Belichick made the right decision to pull him in the second half. The Patriots are going to want this game, and they're going to take it and give their second win of the year.
I mean, I understand the no faith in my Saints. I understand it. I really do. Alrighty. Next game.
Real quick here to wrap it up. I think it's more so saying about the Patriots than it is the Saints, because if the Patriots don't get this game, then there's going to be some real talk and maybe some real issues coming up really soon here. Like, we might be seeing Bill Belichick in his final season in New England.
Bingo.
Stuff. So
just gonna ask that if the Patriots start their season 1-4, is Bill Belichick on the hot seat? And y'all both answered my question. Alrighty, next game, and I forgot to add this into my little banners thing, and that's going to be the Texans and Falcons. The Texans. Actually, let me. Elijah, you go ahead. We'll have you start with this.
Well, the Texans really haven't been the team that everyone thought they were going to be. First couple weeks of the season at 2-2, a lot of people were saying that this is going to be a really tough year for the Texans. Now, the Falcons, everyone thought they weren't going to be the greatest either. And they're also 2-2. This is going to be a really good game. Probably the best game of the noon hour, in my opinion. I'm going to pick the Falcons on the back of Bijan Robinson once again.
Jake, go ahead.
And
Line
honestly,
is
I think
2
I'm
in
gonna
favor of the Falcons.
2 for the Falcons. Okay. Honestly, I think I'm also going to go with the Falcons here just because last week's game had such a bad taste in their mouth and with them being back at home. Because, again, if the Falcons lose to the Texans here, we could have some serious questions moving forward here on whether or not Desmond Ridder is the guy. And we could potentially see them going out there and looking to get a different quarterback or maybe draft someone new or who knows what. So basically, if the Falcons don't get it done here, there could be a lot of questions moving forward here. So give me the Falcons in this one because I do believe in Bijan. Desmond Ridder, I mean, I have my doubts on there, but if he can put a good solid game together, then I'll feel a little better. They also have I'm blanking on the receiver. Drake London. Well, they get Kyle Pitts going. I mean, he's been MIA. So, with all that said, give me the Falcons in this one.
I want to look at the last 2 games for the Falcons before I make my prediction. And looking at the 2, and don't take this as this possibly going to be the reason I pick. Because Elijah, I'm looking at you when I say that. The Falcons lost to Detroit 2 weeks ago, 20-6. And then just this last week, they lose to Jacksonville 23-7. 13 points of offense over the last 2 quarters, or over the last 2 football games for the Falcons.
Sounds like Iowa.
And they have given up 43 points on defense. Sounds like Northwestern.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And then looking at the Texans, putting up 67 points in their 2 wins, and only allowing, I think, 24 points on defense. The Texans, I don't know if they are figuring out their defense yet, but they're starting to turn a corner a little bit. And it's a corner that Texans fans have been looking for the last 10 plus years. I don't know why, and this might just be my Saints fandom talking because y'all know I hate the Falcons, but I'm going to be wrong when I do this. Give me the Texans in an upset win over the Falcons. I think the hype on Bijan Robinson, looking at the last 2 weeks, has been way too high. And it's starting to show.
Shut up. He is the running back who gets the Falcons in opportunities to score touchdowns. He has
Okay, then why is the Falcons only scoring 13 points in 2 games?
Because game planning, defense.
That means defenses are shutting down a good running back who I am going to say the hype it was too high. So therefore, give me the 10.
He's also a rookie. Now let me go his stats here. Last week, 14 carries, 105 yards, 7.5 average, and a 38 yard long. Against the Lions, yeah, they shut him down. 10 carries, 33 yards, and 11 yard long. Against Green Bay, 19 carries, 124, 6.5, and 19 yard long. And against the Panthers, 10 carries, 56 yards, and 21 yard long run. So No, I don't really think he's averaging 6 yards a rush. And I think the
Yeah,
Texans defense can't handle that. That's why I'm picking the Falcons.
Yeah, but then again, Atlanta should not have lost to Jacksonville because, well, Jacksonville is also starting to turn that corner too. But yeah, give me the Texans in Mercedes-Benz Stadium here. Alrighty, let's backtrack here a second because like I said, I forgot to put this game in. That is the Ravens and Steelers, an AFC North rivalry that is always unpredictable. Elijah, go ahead.
Well, the Steelers got smacked last week, losing Kenny Pickett, who is expected to play, while the Ravens stomped the Browns, who were without Deshaun Watson. The Ravens on the road, but I think that doesn't matter. Give me the Ravens.
Go ahead, Jake.
And also piggybacking off of Elijah, I'm also going to pick the Ravens just because, again, with all those injuries to the Steelers starting to pile up, maybe some frustration in the locker room. I mean, Matt Canada being an absolute buffoon, this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, like I say, give me the Ravens in this one just because it feels like the Ravens are clicking even with all the injuries and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I just haven't seen anything from the Steelers that really, proves to me that they feel like, a legit contender, especially because I think whoever wins this has a fast track to the AFC North, which right now is looking like the Ravens to lose. But give me the Ravens in this one because I feel like they just have enough firepower and, just more weapons to get it done than Kenny Pickett does this week. So, especially with the injuries starting to pile up in Pittsburgh.
Am I the only one that doesn't get that meaning? Like, it's this team's chance. Is this team's division to lose? I don't understand that reference at all.
Because they're in first place, or they're expected to be in first place, and if they choke it out and they don't win the division, that's on them. If you're in first place, it's your spot to lose. It's up to you if you want to lose.
If they lose, it's on the team. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Clarifying. All right. Yeah, I don't see the Steelers doing anything in this game. I really don't. And that's not me hating on any Steelers fan that ends up watching this video. It's more of, since Ben Roethlisberger retired, y'all have not really been relevant. But then again, y'all weren't relevant in Roethlisberger's final season. So, and I think Kenny Pickett's a few seasons away from being that quarterback that the Steelers need to get back to Super Bowl relevance. But then again, if he doesn't have an O line to keep him from getting sacked, it doesn't really help either. So yeah, Give me the Ravens on that one as well. Alrighty, let's fast forward here. Let's go down to the Panthers and the Lions, the Battle of the Cats.
The Lions should win this one easily. The Lions are the team in the NFC North, or NFC North. The Panthers aren't good, so the Lions, easy.
I'm also gonna have the Lions to win easy here, just because, like exactly what Elijah said, the Lions are now actually looking like all the hype that the media was giving them during the offseason and stuff like that. They're actually showing up. Their defense is showing up. Their offense is looking really well. Even though the whole thing with them not really using Jahmyr Gibbs is still fascinating to me, especially because they could have had Bijan if they really wanted to. But considering they traded back and stuff like that and still picked up a running back when they could have had other weapons, especially with Montgomery being, Iowa State Montgomery.
They got Sam Laporta in the second round, so.
Yeah, I mean, They basically drafted their TJ Hawkinson replacement, and he hasn't missed a beat, too. It's like, yeah, the Lions are legit this year. How far it'll go, who knows? But they are legit this year. Give me the Lions.
Laporta is a defensive player, correct?
Nope.
Now he's
tight
a
end.
tight end.
Okay, so that means that the Lions also have a Cy-Hawk connection, but it's not a quarterback. It's running back and tight end in David Montgomery. And
That'd be
we
correct.
and all three of us love it when Cyclones and Hawkeyes can play on the same team, and they can gloat with each other, but they know that they're brothers because they're playing on the same team. And with that reason, the Lions are my lock of the week. I love David Montgomery is him for Detroit. Sam Laporta is him for Detroit. Cyclones and Hawkeye fans, this is one of the games you're going to have your eyes on, and there's going to be another game you're going to have your eyes on later in the video. We will get to that.
You know what? Kind of like piggybacking off of what Trevor said, make this my lock of the week as well. Because of just, at home, Dan Campbell. I mean, Montgomery went off last week. Jared Goff looked really well. The defense was starting to step up and stuff like that. So make them my lock of the week as well.
Alrighty, how about we take a swing down to America's Peninsula and Miami as the Giants look to get themselves looking right against a, let's just flat out be honest, they're not getting themselves right in this game. It's against a Dolphin team who knows how to kick your ass up and down the field in multiple ways.
The Giants aren't good, and they're coming off of a short week in which they lost. Give me the Dolphins, and I'm confident in the Dolphins, so I'm gonna make it my lock.
If I could do a double lock, I'd pick the Dolphins, but unfortunately we aren't doing that. So give me the Dolphins.
Yep, give me the Dolphins as well to bounce back and just absolutely lay the smacketh down on the Giants. By the way, Giants fans, how do you feel that the wrong guy got paid?
Yeah.
Holy, wow. Well, to be fair, though, it's not like the offensive line is really giving Daniel Jones any help here, but whoo-hoo!
No, they really aren't.
Yikes.
Alrighty. From East Coast to the desert of Arizona, the Bengals and the Cardinals. Jake, I'll let you start with this one first, actually, because you and I were talking about something while Elijah was actually putting this together.
Yeah, as weird as this is to say, part of me wants to, part of me sees the Cardinals can pull off the upset here because the Bengals, I don't know what the hell is going on in Cincy, but yikes, is it not good? I don't know if it's just a bad stretch. I don't know if they're starting off slow. I mean, they just don't look the same, even, in years past when they've had slower starts. But I don't know. It's just interesting for me. Granted, with that said, though, I am still going to pick the Bengals just because if Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and those guys don't get it done, especially after what Jamar Chase said last week to the media about him being open, well, effing open, but obviously I'm trying to keep this, not having to turn on the bleep jar over here, but give me the because if they don't win, they're done.
Yeah. All right. I want to go next here because there's a joke that I wanted to imply here. So everyone knows about the Madden curse, right? Your cover athlete ends up having something bad happen to them during the season.
Mm-hmm.
Did Madden pick the wrong guy to put on the cover? Because Joe Burrow seems to be the one that's having that Madden curse. And freaking Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, and we've already picked the Bills, so that's why I'm referencing him now. Josh Allen's having an amazing season. So is the Madden curse even real anymore? Anyway, with that being said, I don't know about the Cardinals at all, even though both these teams are 1-3 in their last 3 games. How? I don't know. But if the Cardinals can figure out how to shut down the Cowboys, I think they can figure out how to shut down the Bengals, because I don't know if the Bengals are going to be that team that's going to be that's going to be on the high of, we're high and mighty, just like the Cowboys were and against the Cardinals. But yeah, give me the Cardinals for a small upset in State Farm Stadium, because especially that's the stadium that the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. So yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Bengals are without T. Higgins this week with a rib injury. And the Bengals, let's be honest, have not been that good. The Cardinals are going to win this game and win it convincingly, I think.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. Like I say, the Bengals this year, there's just something weird about it. And like I say, if they don't win this game, their season's over, in my opinion. Because there's just too much ground to catch in the AFC just in general, let alone the AFC North.
All right. Let's change course again here. Let's head back. Actually, I missed that game, so we're gonna skip a game because I forgot to add that game as well. I don't know how, but I did. He wants me to do it. I ain't gonna do it. It's the Kansas City Travis Kelce Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. Elijah, excuse me. Why don't you go ahead?
Well, the Jets laid a roadmap on how to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they almost did. Zach Wilson played one hell of a game. Mahomes threw 3 picks. I think, and this line's moved since Monday. It was 6, now it's 4. The Vikings are gonna shock the world on Sunday. Give me them as my upset.
And you know what, Elijah? I 100% hope you're correct with this one, especially because there has been some, let's just say, rumors that I've been hearing recently, potentially. Like, I don't usually get into gossip, so I really won't get into it. But the gist of it is, if you're one of these people that believe the NFL is rigged, then everyone's thinking that, because now that, Taylor Swift being the biggest person in basically the world at this point, not even just in music, dating in air quotes, one of the top players in the NFL, at least one of the most marketable players in the NFL, in Travis Kelce. Is this a cash grab? Is this a way to actually get people to want to watch the NFL? Is this just the NFL trying to make a lot more money than they already do? Who knows? Because especially afterwards at all the audience and stuff like that the Kansas City Chiefs have brought in, or at least with the Swifties and stuff like that, hence the nickname there. But God, it would feel so freaking good to shut them down. I'm not even going to lie, man. It would feel so good to shut these guys down. Screw it. Give me the Vikes.
Let's go.
I don't care. I don't care if we lose. I don't care about this. Give me the Vikes. Because, damn it, I want this. This has so much for me. Especially because it's at home. Give it to me. Come on, guys. Let's freaking get this done. Let's get this season turned around here.
Skull.
Unfortunately, this will be our fourth difference. I'm sorry. Yes, y'all finally got in the win column. Let's sound the alarm for that one really quick.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Seriously, dude. We're really going there now?
Y'all finally won a game. And
Okay.
Thank God, y'all finally won the game. However, y'all are going to go up against one of, if actually the best player according to all of the NFL players, because this is a collective vote by all of the NFL players. One of the best player of the season. Yeah. The Vikings are going up against one of, if not the best players in the league. Actually, according to the NFL fan vote player vote that they do every offseason, Patrick Mahomes labeled as the number one player of the year. So you're going up against the best player. I don't see the Vikings. I can see the Vikings making this a game, but I think the Chiefs end up winning this game late. Alrighty, next game, and we had to skip this because my brain did not have this in, is the Eagles and the Rams. We're going to take a swing back out west for this one.
Well, the Rams aren't good, and the Eagles are 4-0. I'm going to pick the Eagles.
But the Commanders also took them to overtime.
But the Commanders are decent.
And they also play the Eagles tough regardless.
Yep. Like Iowa State.
True.
Yeah, give me the Eagles as
ahead.
well in this one. The Rams aren't the same Rams from the last few years. The Eagles are looking like a legit force in the NFL for the foreseeable future. Sirianni has those boys believing. I mean, give me the Eagles here.
I'm gonna be in agreement with both of you. Even though I'd like the Rams. How did the Rams do last week? They lost.
No, they won. That was the Colts game when they
Yeah.
that massive lead
Right.
and brought to overtime.
So then, are the Colts bad?
No. That was a damn good game.
So I think the Eagles got this. I think the Eagles can get this. Back on track here, and this is something that I want to bring up before we even start touching this. Before we go farther into this game, Jets and Broncos. As of 7 hours ago, Sean Payton sent a message to the entire team by cutting Randy Gregory. So Sean Payton finally pulled the trigger about releasing one of their players. So Sean Payton's starting to make some statements here on. I don't think any position is safe here. So the Broncos did get the win over the Bears. They did get the win over the Bears. But that's because it's the Bears. They're going up against the Jets this week. Now, am I high on the Broncos because they beat the Bears? Maybe a little bit. But give me the Broncos this week. I don't trust what's his name?
Zach Wilson.
At quarterback for the Jets. I don't trust Zach Wilson. Yeah. I love Breece Hall and Alan Lazard. I really do. I just don't trust Zach Wilson.
I do. The way he played last week, against a struggling Broncos team. If he can do that against the Chiefs team, he can do that against the Broncos and then some. Give me Zach Wilson and the Jets.
You know what? I think I'm going to agree with Trevor on this one. And I really don't have a great reason why I'm picking the Broncos other than they are at home. So I think that might be the difference for me. But I do expect the Jets to make it a game, and I would not be surprised if the Jets do indeed win. It's just something's telling me Peyton is finally putting his foot down and being like, no, this is my turn now. Now it's our turn to turn this ship around here. So No more fun and games. No more monkey business. Let's do this thing. And they're at home, coming off of a victory against the Bears. I don't know. Something just tells me Broncos in this one.
All right, we were just in the AFC West. Let's switch conferences, but stay in the West. It's the Cowboys and the Purdy. Not. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold up. I messed that up. There, that's better. The 49ers.
You mean the McCaffrey Niners? Last week was a Christian McCaffrey show. This week it's going to be a lot of the same. This is the NFL did something right with picking this game on primetime Sunday night. Give me the 49ers by one score. One score. It's going to be a damn good game Sunday night.
It's definitely going to be.
Yeah, also give me the 49ers on this one, too, because it's at home. And like you say, Brock Purdy's looking legit. Christian McCaffrey's legit. Ayuk, Kittle. I mean, the list goes on. And we haven't even touched the defense with Bosa, Warner. I mean, there's a lot of weapons there. But the Cowboys also have a lot of weapons themselves. But give me the Niners because I feel like the Niners are, as of now, probably my dark horse NFC team to make the Super Bowl. Between them or the Eagles.
So George Kittle's last name is Kittle, which if you look up the word Kittle, it's something that you boil water in. That water that's in the Kittle today is going to be the Cowboys. They're going to get fried or boiled in San Francisco this week. Give me Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, whoever the hell you want to give me from the San Francisco 49ers and put a W next to their name. I think it's the only reason we're picking the 49ers because we all hate the Cowboys and we all love some Brock Purdy and George Kittle connections. Alrighty, our final game of the week. Monday Night Football. Only one this week. It is the Packers and the Raiders. Go ahead.
Well, fuck the Packers. Give me the Raiders.
Damn. Straight to the point.
You know what?
PG-13, you are allowed one F-bomb, so that one's been used.
I mean, I think Elijah says it best. They're like, they're still just, well, obviously, as a Vikings fan, you know, I'm pretty much, it's pretty much in my DNA to say F the Packers. I mean, let's be honest here. Plus, the Raiders, they need a bounce-back game. It's at home. I still don't feel comfortable with Jordan Love yet. He still has to find a way to, like, get connected with his guys, even though he is starting to, you know, pick it up. Granted, they got absolutely destroyed at home by the Lions last Thursday. Their defense is, they have a lot of offensive line issues, and the Raiders actually have a really good defensive line. Like, not even just Max Crosby. And, of course, fuck the Packers. And that's where I'll end it.
I said one F-bomb, guys. Damn. No, I got... God damn. I'm looking at the previous games for both teams. The Packers, well, you can't trust the Packers anymore because Jordan Love is not Jordan Love, or not who he's supposed to be.
He's not that guy.
No.
And the Raiders, well, they still haven't recovered from losing Derek Carr, and they're still losing games. This game is a literal toss-up. Part of me wants this to make our sixth difference. It would be our most since we started doing these. However, I am going to play it smart, and I'm going to agree with you guys because the differences have racked up. Give me the Raiders at home, and I have no idea why. And we all in agreement on that. We have no idea why we're picking the Raiders other than we hate the Packers.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty. We actually did pretty good this week, guys. 47 minutes of recording.
With some
Actually
edits,
did
of course.
Yeah, that is before. So I should be able to get this down to under. I'll ask one question for you guys because I do want to ask this. Who's going to be player of the week?
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Honestly, I hate to be like the same here, but yeah, give me C-Mac. I mean, like I say, when you have a guy that can do everything, receive, weapon out of the backfield on prime time.
I'll say if the Vikings win, it's going to be Justin Jefferson.
You see, I could see this being a big TJ Hawkinson game. Or heck, even Cam Akers. I mean, he showed up pretty well for us last week, too. I mean, who knows? But yeah, if I had to pick, I'd probably agree with Elisha and say Christian McCaffrey, just because of he's literally the Swiss Army knife of the Niners.
I'll be different. I'm going to say it's going to be David Montgomery. He went off last week. He has a good chance to go off this week against a struggling Carolina Panthers. So yeah, that's going to be my player of the week this week. What do you guys think of the predictions for this week? We gotta get this wrapped up because we got things we got to do. But guys, thank again once again for joining me. It's been fun doing this, even though we all can literally give each other the bird and we don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Until tomorrow, because you guys will see this go up in the morning because we're recording this on the 4th. Until tomorrow, where you guys see our college football video, we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.